Panda Anthem.
Ian, what's up?
Red Panda Anthem.
Red Panda, what's good?
Red Panda Anthem.
It's your boy.
Let me know if you guys.
I want you to say it with me.
We're good.
Investing is really easy. We only choose to make it hard. In today's episode, I want to walk you through the 20 things that you need to know and do to be able to win in this recession while everyone is losing. So I want you to grab your pen, pencil, or write these notes down on your phone. And I want to guide you through some of the revelations, insights, tips, strategies I'm using and I've been told to add to our playbook to be able to win. So number one, you have to realize that a stock, coin, currency, commodity, or crypto always has a chance to go to zero. That's number one. I'll say it again. A stock, coin, currency, commodity, or crypto always has a chance to go to zero. When you're looking to get gains, the most important thing for you to do is to say, what conditions will make this stock or commodity or crypto, a thing that I love, go to zero or negative? So when oil futures went negative, that was the first time in my lifetime I had seen a future go negative. Anyone would have told you it's almost impossible for it to happen. But in weird markets, when there's weird liquidity issues, sometimes, just sometimes, strange things happen, and it always seems to happen when our account is invested in that thing, right? And we'll talk about Luna later, but who would have thought that a stable coin could have accelerated and caused or accelerated a crypto crash? And maybe tonight or maybe next week, I'll tell you what my thoughts are on that and why it was done and what the long-term game is. For those of you who had a chance to meet with us over this weekend, thank you. I explained it to you, but please remember, anything that you invest in could go to zero. And when people think that no matter what they invest in, it will never drop, when disaster happens, that's when the FOMO really kicks in. And that's what ends up damaging a portfolio and stops people from investing for a long period of time. 5 lessons from unknown market wizards that I need you guys to know. So write these down. Number 1, losing is a part of the game. Whether you are investing long-term or trading, at some point you're going to have your losses. And the losses can shake your confidence. But one of the most important things that we need as investors and traders is our confidence. And the confidence comes from doing the research, knowing how far a stock, commodity, crypto, or asset will fall. When it falls to certain levels, where do we invest? That's where all the power is. So when things are falling apart and everyone was investing and it was 2% from the all-time high, you should be elated that this market is now falling. People were praying for good entries and good times to get in. And now that it's here, people are afraid. Also, all of your losses, if you write down why they happen, it will give you your blueprint on what to do to consistently win in the market. Number 3, you have to develop a low risk idea. Let me ask you a question. If you invest in long term and you've invested in VOO, VTI, Apple, and Microsoft, are you down considerably in comparison to your peers? Some of you are down because you chose to go for more aggressive growth. Invest in all asset classes so you don't have to hope that one is going to be a home run for you. That's why I said 2 tech, 2 index plus futures, right? But the higher the risk does not always equate to the higher reward, because what happens a lot of times we will take a higher risk trade or strategy, then we get knocked out of the market, and then the reward goes in our favor after we've already lost, and it sucks. But make sure you are focused on developing a low risk idea that pays you a king's ransom when it hits. Number 4, on every platform, look at and test every indicator and see how it can give you an edge in the market. Now, it doesn't mean I want you to trade every indicator, but it does give you an advantage to know if an indicator is on your screen. So number 1, macro indicators. So we talked about the recession indicators. We talked about quantitative easing. We've talked about Warren Buffett's indicator for predicting a recession, which we talked about last week. Please go view that show. But know what every indicator can do. And for those of you that are incredibly serious, those of you that have top row energy, the top 20% of people on this planet that truly want to dominate investing and trading, that will give you an edge like no other. And number 5, be able to invest and trade in every asset. Long-term stocks, short-term trading, stocks, bonds, crypto, Forex, mutual funds, commodities, everything. Because if you don't, when the market is bleeding down, you won't be able to capitalize off of these moves. People are not saying it because it is not a acceptable thing to say, but there are some people that are profiting more than ever from this market. Shout out to those you and Dream Team that are putting up some amazing numbers. I love you dearly. These are the 5 lessons that I gained from the meetup this weekend with Red Panda after the JP Morgan event. And Nicole, again, thank you. MC Light, Dom Kennedy had a blast. Pierre, Dom, like, I appreciate you dearly. I got Ty, came in town, and everyone that I had a chance to meet. But number 1 is unwavering and undying dedication. So even this morning, John, Ty, Weezy, Emily hung out yesterday. Got in the elevator. I said, John, what you about to do? He said, man, I'm about to go to bed. Got to be up early. And for those of you who don't know, you have to get up at 5 o'clock to start trading on the West Coast if you trade in a certain market. And he was up at 5:01. Didn't make any excuses. And I'm going to preach this and say this more often, but if you are not in a financial position that you want to be, look at the routines and systems that you have in place to see what is stopping you from becoming rich and that is causing you to be poor. Number 2, a gentleman drove 9 hours to come to the event. And I appreciate you for coming. We talked for maybe an hour. And I can tell his thirst. So number 1, he executed everything that he saw. And he's only been following me, I think he said 30 days. Bought 20 books. I'm like, how can I help you? He's really trying to get one edge in the market that will allow him to get higher gains than everyone else. You need hunger in order to be able to do this consistently. So if you lost your motivation or because you didn't follow the plan, just say, hey, I didn't follow the plan and it resulted in a loss. Let me see how well things go when I actually do follow a plan in place. Number 3, you need a trading tribe that protects you from big losses and bad trades. And it doesn't mean powwow with 5 friends, but you need to have someone that you check in with every day for 3 years and seeing your results to. Don't explain why you lost or won. Because if you have done your homework and you shared what your return should be, if you take 30 trades, you should know what your Sortino index is going to be, your Olsen index is going to be, your rate of return, how much you'll draw down in the trade, how many trades you'll need to break even if you get on a losing streak, and what your ultimate return is going to be. Number 4, your number 1 job is to find one thing per month that will give you an edge in the market that no one else has. I'm going to ask you guys an honest question. How many of you are still reading 20, 30, 50, 100 pages per day and haven't missed a day? You have to hunt. I'm telling you outright, I'm giving you the plan. Some of you like, what else do I need to do? Follow the plan. I'm giving you what to invest in long term. I'm telling you how to trade and how to set it up. You have to put it all together and believe that you're worthy of hitting these goals. And number 5, for those of you that are incredibly dedicated and love this craft and love this sport, you will be able to print money like no other. I posted on Twitter last week, the first company that is able to give a consistent return for a decade straight, good market, bad market, choppy market, sideways, and not lose for clients, those founders will be trillionaires. And now more than ever, people need wins. And I'm proud of you for those of you who have been dedicated to this craft and dedicated to winning. If you have not been, it is now your chance to get back on the saddle and win. It doesn't matter if you're doing derivatives or options, swing trading, Forex, crypto, penny stocks. It doesn't matter. Follow your plan. Put in chat, I deserve to follow my plan so I can profit and get wealthy for my family. You deserve this. And the only thing that is stopping you is too much social media, too much communication, too much talking, and not enough doing. And here's how you know I'm right. You guys read or listened to anything from Kathy Woods, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, Mark Cuban, Michael Burry in the last 5 days? Yes, you have, right? Okay. None of them have said, in order to get our companies out of 50%, 70% drawdown, none of them said the answer was email, social media, or more conference calls. So even in the tasks that you select to do every day, there's an asset class of tasks that need to be done: investing, trading, finding an edge, and there are liabilities tuned into assets and liabilities. An amazing show on Revolt by these good-looking brothers at Earn Your Leisure, right? And I even had the conversation with Nicole. Nicole was like, hey, and joking with Keys. Hey, man, it's hard to get in on the phone. You reply to text and email. And I'm like, but babe, man, it's not nothing bad. Me and Red Panda. It was all Red Panda in there. Why? If these gains are not good for them, they won't show up. Or maybe they'll show up to try and be mine, right? Focus on the 3 things in your business that matter the most. And that's where all your luck is going to come from. And I want you to go to Google and type in Yahoo Finance gainers. And if you go to the site, it will give you the top stocks for today. And usually I'll go to the stocks and say, hey, these are the ones that did incredibly well, and here's a 5-year. This is what I want you to do. I want every one of you to look at these stocks. So Lego, Mantech, Rattler, Midstream, BCCLF, Spirit Airlines, Clear Secure, Auto Home Incorporated, every stock that you see on here. And I want you to put in chat, if you look at the 5-year month, is this stock a good company to buy or not? This is how you can begin to build a watch list. And I want to say this as well. You still need to be going through 500 stocks a month and at least 50 stocks per day in order to see the opportunities and divergence in the market. If not, you may not perform as well. You're going to miss opportunities. There are going to be some companies that are doing incredibly well that you never thought of, given that the market conditions have changed. So yes, go to Google, type in top gainers, and it will tell you the percentage change on the day. It doesn't mean that you should hold them for a long period of time, but I want you guys to literally go through every one and tell me if it is a good company to invest in. This is the first quiz of today. And then if you go back to Google and type in top losing stocks, and you can pull these up, and it will give you a list of stocks that are not doing well. And what you want to do here is you want to go through this entire list. Once again, I want you to look at the 5-year month. So I want to be very clear. 5-year month. First, and see, it's Forage Good, Cloudflare, Sprout, Mongo, Wayfair, Shopify, Asana. Go through every single company to see if these are a good investment. You may find a company of incredible value that everyone is sleeping on. I'm going to tell you this. It's not the ones you guys were asking about last year. Snowflake, Palantir, Rivian. Rivian had no revenues at all. No cars had been shipped. And it was worth 100. I'm like, what is the crystal ball worth? They hadn't moved any cars. None. Right? How is that acceptable? Some of this is just really common sense. Look at this top loser list for the day and see, Nikola, right? If any of these are of value and if these are companies you should keep on your top list of stocks that you're interested in. And I know if you are just getting started in investing, it feels like, man, as soon as I got the dedication and insight, inspiration, or desire to invest in the stock market, it began to fall apart. And the thing that I want to tell you is that you are not missing out. The losses that you take today and lessons that you gain from it are going to give you an edge in the market like no one else in the world has.
This that Red Panda Anthem.
Ian, what's up?
This that Red Panda Anthem.
Rap Panda,
This
what's
that
good?
Red Panda Anthem.
Your
Whole
boy.
clique going up. I know they can't stand it.